How's it going, guys? It's Habib here again. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to run a multi-language Klaviyo account. As you probably know, there is no way around running multi-language Klaviyo account. Even though on Shopify you can do that, so you can have multiple languages on your Shopify store. But on Klaviyo, there's no way to do that, and there's no update on that yet. But we've kind of found a way of doing this for one of our clients. So to give you a back story and context around this, so one of our clients, runs a Shopify store that sells to different countries in Europe, which means different languages, and they also sell to US. So like I said, you can do this on Shopify. You can have an app, or use Shopify Plus to run multi-language store, but you can't do that with your Klaviyo account, right? Which is kind of like a little bit stressful. But we kind of find a way around this, and I'm going to be showing you how exactly you can do that for yourself. Because when we tested this out, we saw that this worked very well. So I thought of creating this video to show you how to also run a multi-language Klaviyo account. So it's quite simple and stressful depending on how deep you want to go with the flows and campaigns and all of that. But just to begin with, I'm going to be breaking them down in three phases. So we're gonna start with the form, then we're gonna start with the flows and also campaigns and segments. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So for this client, like I said, they were selling to different countries in Europe. So we kind of like five countries in Europe. So we created five translations, which is like French, Polish, Spanish, German, and Italian, right? So five languages. Obviously, in some cases, you might not be able to speak all these languages, but maybe you speak one or two of them, so you can understand how to, write the text by yourself from English to the language you want. Another way to go around this is using ChatGPT and Deeply. So there's this app called Deeply, right? That's very very accurate from what I've seen. Or just use ChatGPT to do the translation. You can also cross-reference that with Google Translate. So this is another way to do it. Basically, if you don't speak the language, you can just take the language you speak. In this case, it could be English. Just take the same English text and paste it here, and I'll tell this app to translate to any language you want. Or like I said, you can also use ChatGPT and Google Translate to do that. So for this client, he speaks a couple of languages in Europe. I also speak French, so we're able to set up like 3 or 4 languages by ourselves without needing any extra app. But let's say you don't speak these languages, and you also want to be sure that these translations are accurate. You can also hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork or all these kind of places where you can see people that can translate text for you. But maybe you want to save yourself some money, you can use this app to do the translations. Then just find someone to just cross check the text to make sure that everything is accurate. Basically someone to proofread the text. So that's another way to go around this. But yeah, just to show you how we're able to set up everything. So I'm going to be keeping this. I'm going to be using the French language to for this tutorial to keep things simple and easy. So in this case, we have a form already that is converting at about 8%, and we just wanted to create the same form, the same structure in French. So first thing we did was we just clone the form. Then we can see here on the targeting, we make sure that it's showing to people in France, right? So that's that. So want to make sure this form is showing to people in France, and you want to exclude this form from your normal form, right? So this form is showing to people in France. So that's the first thing we did. Then on the welcome email, on the welcome series, we basically create another welcome series for this form specifically, right? So here you can see here we say when someone is added to the new pop-up list, which is the the list we are creating for this form. Basically here you also want to make sure this button, so this one right here, when someone submit the form, is going to this list. Now you can create different lists for different forms. That's another way to do it, but we just like to have one list for all our pop-up forms basically. then we just use this consent form ID to filter out people who are not who didn't sign up from this French form. So you can see that here the form ID is WTSZ3X, and that's the same form ID here. So whilst we are putting everybody in the same list as other forms, we are using this form ID to filter people out, right? So that simply means that all the people who are going to be receive this welcome email in this French welcome series are only people who sign up through this form. So that means if you sign up through any other form, you won't get into this welcome flow. So that's basically how we, set up the welcome series, which is the first step after the form. So the form showing to people who are from France, and making sure that we are using the right translation and all of that. The next step is setting up the welcome series, again doing the translations and making sure that this form is only showing to people who sign up through that form. So that's for the welcome series. So let's go to the abandon flow. So this applies to browse abandonment, cart abandonment, added to cart. So these are the same structure as long as you're using the right trigger. So there are two ways to go around this. You can easily do it on the trigger here. So if I click on this, so we have the basic settings. Placed order 0 times in starting this flow, has not been in this flow since the last 4 days, and has placed order 0 times over all time. So these are like the basic profile filters, right? But you can also add one if you want this to be specific for a certain location. So you can just say and then select condition, properties about someone, then it's gonna be country equals, then you choose France in this case, right? So that's one way to do it. But if you want to filter more, if you want to go more deep, you can also add again like consent form. So it's going to be properties about someone, so consent form ID, then you just want to make sure it's this consent form. That's another way to do it, but this might not really, I won't advise having this, to be honest, because this might also filter down further, because that means that people must have signed up through this form before they receive this abandoned cart email. So depending on how you want to structure it, but maybe you don't really need this, you can just keep it with the country. So as soon as somebody's IP is recognized as France, they will get into this flow. So that's one way to do it. But I won't save this. Another way you can do, let me show you another one, is using conditional split. So let's say you want to set up this abandoned cart flow for different countries, for different languages. You can simply just use conditional split, right? So let's say I want to use this for German, for French, and for Spanish, for example here. So I'm gonna say what someone has done. Person has yes, so it's gonna be country. No, not someone has done. Properties about someone. So it's going to be country equals France. Right. So similar to what we did before. So that means if the answer is yes, they will go down this path. Then let's say I want to build another one for German subscribers, then I'll go here. Then I can do that again. So country equals Germany. Right. So that's another way to do it, and you can just keep filtering down and just make sure that these are going to the right people based on the country you choose, right? So this is just another way to like have one single flow for different languages. So that's on the form side. Like I said, you can use the same tactics for browser abandonment, added to carts, and all of those, right? So to do the same thing for campaigns. So let's say you want to send campaigns to these people, in the language of your choice. Let's say in this case again, you want to send campaigns to French subscribers. You can do it from the form they sign up. So anybody who sign up through this form, again, you can use that to create a segment, or you can just be generic and just say something like, what's on properties about someone. You can do, again, same thing, country equals France. Then you can use the all filter. So another thing we can also do here is like, again, someone is in a list. So let's say we have a specific list for this form, right? We can do that here. So you can simply just choose the list. But since we are not using list, I'm not going to add that here. Another one I'm going to use is this one. So what someone has done, I can say sign up. No, it's gonna be properties about someone. Then I can say consent form ID equals. Then I just want to pick this consent form ID, right, and just paste that here. So that means I'm using the country filter and also using this form ID, just to be sure that these people, meet up to that criteria, which is the French subscribers. Then I can, use this segment to create campaigns and just send campaigns to, these people, in French language. So again, you can do this for several languages, using this app called Deeply or ChatGPT, right? Or, just find someone on Fiverr or places like Upwork that can help you do the translation. So this is the way that we're able to, find use multiple languages in one single Klaviyo account, and we've been using this for a while now, and we've been getting good results from this. So that'll be all for now. Let me know if you have any question. If you do, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you'd like us to help you take care of your email and SMS marketing, my team and I at smartycommerce.com, this is something we do for our clients. We help our clients generate up to 30% to 50% profit from email and SMS marketing. So if you'd like to work with me and my team, there's going to be a link in the description of this video. You can use the link to book a call with me, and I would love to talk to you. Thank you for your time, and I will see you in the next video.